Hey everybody, welcome to our special call. And I think we're all really excited about this call because this is the opportunity for everybody to share their favorite products and why they're their favorite products, like what they've done for them, what kind of experience they've had, what results they've had, how they feel after they've used them. And I know a lot of people that are familiar with Isagenix know all about the shakes. They think they know all about the cleanse. I think we have a couple of things that we could add there. They think they know about the shakes, right, Adam? And I think we've got some new information to share about that as well. But a lot of people, their normal experience with Isagenix is the shakes, the cleanse, maybe the accelerator, and the things that come in the basic packages. And so tonight, what we wanted to do is we wanted to share the fact that I think, does anybody know what the actual number of products is that we have? I think now that we've added the Zija products, I think we're probably around 140. I think that's probably give or take. So we have 140 products in our product line. And most people order 2 or 3, maybe 4, right? Excuse me. And so tonight, what we wanted to do is share some of those products, some of the other products, the products you might not be just quite as familiar with, and why they're great and why we order them every month. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our first testimonial about one of our products. Genevieve is going to share why she and her entire family, I think, use sleep spray.
Yes, you said why they order every month, and I'm like, or 6 at a time, because yep. So, and I think I know everybody here, and I'm so happy to see you here, Tiffany. So welcome. What I want to start with is that a lot of times people just automatically think sleep spray, well, I sleep just fine. So I've always slept just fine, but my big issue was that I had trouble falling asleep. So personally, what the sleep spray did for me, I tell people it allows my brain to just slow down and shut off. And that is brilliant for me because I am one of those people that without it, it goes and it goes and it goes and it goes and it goes. And I take a long time to fall asleep at night. And I've got such a great nighttime routine that includes the sleep spray. And I haven't had trouble falling asleep. This has been the most difficult year of my life. And I still have not had trouble sleeping. That's like one gift that I've been very, very grateful for. So another thing that I want to share is that it gets to a deeper level of sleep, which a lot of people don't realize is important to decrease your cortisol levels, which have a direct correlation with losing weight. So if you think you're sleeping fine, but you're having trouble losing weight, you can use the sleep spray to get to that deeper level of sleep to lower those cortisol levels. My 11, almost 12-year-old has been using the sleep spray almost this whole year now. Once I kind of realized it says 12 and up, and I made the personal choice that I wanted her to try it. And she not only had trouble falling asleep, but she would wake up a lot at night. And she does not do that anymore. She doesn't do it anymore. Even with like the storm we just had, she doesn't do it anymore. It's been a game changer in her world. And Ryan got on board because I think he saw everyone else doing it. And now I'm like, are you sure you need that? My whole family. Phil has to have 2 backups, including his one, or he's freaking out. Like, we all love it very, very much, and we all sleep really well. So that's what I wanted to share. Oh, and that the amount of sprays varies. So you start with 1, I usually tell people. Some people do use up to 6. Most people that I know use about 3, but the amount of sprays you might need might be different than somebody else.
And it has melatonin in it, right, Genevieve? Does it have any other?
It basically has, that's why I wasn't going to go into that, because it basically has everything that you might get off the shelf. Oh, it has melatonin, it has tart cherry, it has, oh my gosh, what's the other one that we were taking as a tea by itself? A lot of the things, but just enough of each of them so that everything's working together to support you. I can't remember the name of the tea right now off the top of my head, but just enough of each of them to really help. So not a ton of any of it. Definitely has worked well in our world.
And at the end of this call, Genevieve, if we still have time, I would love to hear your nighttime routine and what that involves. So we're going to pass the torch to Rochelle. And again, if we have time, remind me or just jump in, Rochelle is going to share about the Isagenix. Oh, I'm sorry, Erin. My bad. Just say something, people. Erin Gianelli is going to share about the isogenesis.
Okay, so really quick about the isogenesis. I'll tell you a little bit about it first, and then I'll tell you how I've been using it. One of the main ingredients in isogenesis is milk thistle. And some of the benefits of milk thistle, sorry, I'm reading from my notes here, is it supports the liver in regulating how much estrogen is free flowing in the blood. So, and your liver is the organ that does that. And milk thistle supports the liver in removing excess estrogen. So, and it has, milk thistle has many other benefits as far as bone health and brain health and even other several other liver functions. So, but I won't go into all of those. Antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. It's a really neat plant. So that's one of the main ingredients in the isogenesis. And I was taking it pretty regularly over the summer. And then I ran out and didn't reorder in October. And then finally I realized, hey, like I'm having some more pain than I normally have. Pain is kind of creeping in. And I realized that I had not reordered the milk, the isogenesis. So I've rectified that. But it was definitely helping. And I didn't realize how much it was helping me until I ran out of it and I had stopped taking it. So back to that.
Who else has had that experience? They don't realize the product's working until they stop taking it and it stops working. I think it's happened to all of us at one time or another. So that's awesome, Erin. And Adam, I'm going to put you on the spot. I don't know if you're ready or you want to jump in. I know that you've had experience with isogenesis and you know a lot about the product B, if you will, formulation. And if you want to jump in and piggyback on what Erin said, because I know that you had a similar, ran out of your isogenesis and had a similar result, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll piggyback on that. I had the same kind of a scenario. I started taking isogenesis because it was free in the complete essentials, and with Isagenix, they give you bonuses and stuff like that. So I started taking it, not even knowing that it was in there. And then as my Isagenix journey, got longer and longer, and I started, researching the ingredients, I just looked at the back of the box and then the back of the bottle of the isogenesis. And, I'm a very science nerdy kind of a guy and very Eastern philosophy, including with Western medicine type of a guy. And, everything on the back of that bottle is just therapeutic, Ayurvedic, it's very anti-inflammatory. And guys, I used to be a professional baseball player, and I've had many surgeries. I've had bilateral knee replacement. I've had back surgery, shoulder surgery a couple times. I've needed elbow surgery for the past 30 years. And so I deal with chronic inflammation and chronic pain on a daily basis. These ingredients just turn the bottle backward and look at those ingredients. And then you can research them separately, but I would suggest that you go on YouTube and you type in isogenesis and Dr. Gray, the guy who invented Bare Minerals. Okay, he also authored Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. It's Dr. something Gray.
Yeah, John Gray.
John Gray, Dr.
Yep.
John Gray. And he has a video, and he goes ingredient by ingredient, and he describes what the benefit is for each ingredient. And they all together are about the same. They do the same thing. They reduce inflammation. Okay. And that's what I needed. And so, Aaron, I had the same situation. I ran out, and because you don't really feel the effect right away, right? You just don't. It's got to build up in your system, but it will leave your system right away. And when it leaves your system right away, because you're not taking it, that's when, it all comes back, and you're like, what the hell? What the hell is different today? What did I do yesterday that is making me feel like crap today? I don't understand. And then, it takes a few days to realize that's what it is. That's what I'm not doing that I have been doing for the last few months. So and guys, we didn't even get into the telomeres part of it, right? The anti-aging part of it. That's a whole nother conversation about, longevity and the fountain of youth, and forget his name, but the guy who won the
Bill Andrews.
Bill Andrews, who piggybacked on the Nobel Prize winning research of telomeres and telomerase and catalase, and how that has an effect on cellular death and senescence and stuff like that. So it's an amazing product. It was called Product B for a while because I think Product B was Product Brilliant or Product Brilliance or something like that, or Product Breakthrough. And just research it. I mean, it's probably one of the most underrated products that Isagenix has.
I think I agree with that 100%. Thank you for jumping in and sharing that exactly the same thing happened to you as what happened to Aaron. Like it's a thing. So Rochelle is going to share about the Isagenix coffee, which people don't, like most people who are customers don't even know we have coffee and why we would have coffee. Rochelle's going to tell us that, and she's going to share about the joint support.
Yes, I love the coffee. That was one of the hardest things that I had when I started my first 11 day and I was told no caffeine. I was like, what? But anyways, I love the coffee. My coffee in the morning used to be pre-Isagenix. It was a creamer and it had sugar added on top of the creamer. And we don't even want to talk about how much sugar was in that creamer. But the creamer always upset my stomach or whatever. But I loved the flavor and I just kept doing it anyways. I started the Isagenix and found out they had coffee. Genevieve, I think, gave me my first bag, or maybe I purchased it from her. I don't remember. But I was super excited to get it and try it. And I was like, I'm going to try it black. Why not? You don't know the real taste. I would know the flavor of my creamers, but I want to try the coffee. And I was blown away. I actually now drink my coffee every morning, black. No sugar, no creamers, no nothing. I don't have that. I don't know, regular coffee always felt like it was leaving a residue in my throat or dirt. It was just a very clean, smooth coffee. I love it. Every morning I have my 2 to 4, depending on the day, and it gets me going. And that's sort of going to run me into the joint support. I didn't start using the joint support supplement probably 4 to 6 months into my Isagenix journey. Again, just looking for new products and seeing what they had. I seen the joint support, and I have a family history of knee pain and knee problems. And I had to be really careful what I did each day on what I was going to do for the following day, because if I did too much, I was in too much pain because of my knees and my ankles. I have real bad knees and ankles. So I was like, I'll give it a try. Why not? So I started taking them. And it was weird because I just started taking them, sort of like Adam was saying, you don't even really notice what's going on as you start taking them. But I was noticing I was starting to do more things. And I wasn't complaining about, I can't do that today because my knee hurts from yesterday. So it was just it was a gradual thing. And, when people sort of asked me about it, I was like, you know what? I'm I'm just not complaining as much anymore. I think these things really work. So I don't give up on those either. And I have not gone without them to find out how bad it is without.
Awesome. Perfect, Rochelle. Thank you so much. And now Tori is up for Amped Nitro.
And seeing as I'm timing myself, I can take as long as I want. Just kidding. Okay. I actually brought the containers. There's nitro. And we may get to a little bit of repair too, because I love this as well. So I don't know if everybody knows, but I actually teach fitness classes 5 times a week. 4 of them are on Zoom. 1 of them is in person. It's a very high intensity, full body workout, push-ups, lunges, squats, jacks, mountain climbers, you name it, we're doing it. We're up and down off the floor, no equipment. I am not a spring chicken. I'm actually 56 at this point. And I have been teaching the class for about 3 years. I've been doing okay, but it was a struggle to talk through and, teach an hour class at the same time. And good old Nitro came along. I gave it a try. I absolutely fell in love with it. And it's what was already mentioned earlier. It's one of those things, if you don't take it, is when you notice. I think it's only been about 3 or 4 times now since I started using this that I forgot to the point of I'm like halfway through class and I'm dragging and I'm trying to stay peppy and fun. And I would realize, oh, look at that. I didn't drink my nitro before because it's still in my bag or something like that. So I really realized the benefits of it. And the nice thing is that if you're going to work out, why not work out and get more out of that time than just sort of get through. So when you do take it, just so you know, it can buzz you a little bit in the sense that you feel your body buzzing a little bit. It's actually the capillaries opening. It's totally safe. It actually is kind of fun. I'm like, ooh, ready to go now. So I use it.
You feel tingly. You feel like tingly,
yeah,
right?
You feel tingly. Yeah. And I actually do about 1/2 to 3/4 of a scoop. That's plenty for me, or I tingle way too much. I love it. It's something I always go to and make sure I get it before I work out. I love it. What Isagenix calls it, it says it's gym motivation in powder form, and it truly is. So I love that. You can use this as a nitro bomb too. It's not something I've taken yet because this is enough at this point. But the nitro bomb is a serving of Isagenix, a serving of nitro, and an e-shot. So, oh, look at that. My time's almost up. And so those 3 combinations together, actually, I may try one on Saturday, just so I can report back next week and let you know how it goes. But I just love this product. I won't teach a class without it. And I'll just quickly go over repair as well. I do not take this all the time, but sometimes we're working out in the yard. We have a huge yard, or my workouts are a little intenser. Or actually, after the ER shred, I took a lot of this. I wasn't supposed to, but I had to because we won't get into that. But I needed to because my workout was really changed through going through the ER shred. So this product actually really helps to get that recovery time shortened, because I'm turning around and teaching again the next day. So I can't be in pain or I'm going to end up hurting something the next day. So I take repair as well. So those are my 2 things, and I'm right on time, hopefully.
Perfect. And I don't see, Allie's not here. She was going to share about the Via Mango, so maybe we'll pick her up next week. So now we're down to me. And I want to share about the chocolate Isadelites. And I don't know what the magic ingredient is that's in them. I do know they were specifically formulated for us to be able to use on cleanse days, which I didn't believe at first, right? Because I thought cleanse days are, we're not supposed to eat food, it's intermittent fasting. And why would we add sugar when we're trying to burn fat and be in fat burning mode? It doesn't make any sense to me. How is this even possible? But then, I'm not a science person. I'm not the science nerd. I don't internalize all that information. I heard it made sense. There was just enough sugar to pass the blood-brain barrier and increase your mood and make you feel better. Here's what I know about Isadelites. And I can sit down. I'm not proud of this, by the way. This is not a proud moment for me, but I'll just let you know. I can sit down and I can eat like a whole bag of peanut M&Ms. Like not the little bag, like the share size, right? I could do that probably. I could do that in one sitting. I could just eat one after another, and I never am like, oh, that's enough. Somebody would have to take the bag away for me to go, you know what, that's enough. I'm gonna stop. I don't stop. It's the same with like Reese's Pieces or like anything like that. But the Isa Delights, I've actually tried. I've actually tested myself. One is perfect for me. Normally I eat one. It satiates my sugar craving. I feel like I've had a little treat. They're delicious, right? They're like little squares like Godiva chocolate. They're delicious. They come in like 7 different flavors. There's sea salt caramel, and there's chocolate peanut butter, and there's now chocolate orange tangerine, which is like one of my favorite flavor combinations. And sometimes, and maybe I need it, maybe I'm having a hard day or I'm stressed or I'm having a hard cleanse day or whatever it is, I'll eat 2, right? But I can't eat 3. I can't, like, you're done. Your body's satiated, it has what it needs. Like your sugar craving is like completely gone and you can move on in the rest of your day. So for me, there's something about the formulation that makes me stop at 1, right? I mean, I know that sounds crazy why I don't have more self-control, but I'll use any tools at my disposal to help me get to where I want to go. And I just wanted to add, if I still have time, Tori.
30 seconds. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Real quick about the Isoline bars. If you haven't used them, I use them selectively because I think if anybody's on a weight loss journey, they can get a little tricky. So I do use them selectively. You know, if I'm going to have it and I'm trying to lose weight, I'll definitely cut them in halves or quarters. My daughter eats a bar almost every single day. She either has one for breakfast, takes it in her lunch, has me bring one to her if I'm between school, well, back in the days where we actually went to school, right? Between school and a sports practice or whatever it is. So we go through chocolate decadence bars. That's her favorite one. Again, there's like 9 flavors. They're delicious. There's chocolate peanut butter, my favorite, and nutty caramel cashew, a bunch of other ones. And there's dairy free too. But for the kids, and for it's hard sometimes to pack their lunches. It's hard sometimes to get good nutrition into their lunches. So I feel really good. And it's hard sometimes in the morning at 6:30 or when she's going to school. Oh, out of time, cut me off. And I love to take them when I travel. Now I'm done. Okay, we are, Trishelle, you're up. Trishelle and Gary, the Trishelle Gary Show. You're on.
So I'm Trishelle Bennett, and I have been taking Zija for 7 years, but I'm going to go back a little bit. When I was 17 years old, I was in a severe car accident. From that day, for 25 years, I suffered from severe headaches that would last 3 to 5 days, and this would be 3 to 4 times a month. There was no relief from it. And 7 years ago, my girlfriend introduced me to Zija. And because of headaches and other things, I wasn't sleeping. My average night of sleep was 2, maybe 2.5 hours a night for 5 years. And the first night I drank Zija, the super mix, I slept 5 solid hours. I woke up and I felt so refreshed. And I looked over at my husband and I said, I don't care what we have to do. I've got to have this, because it literally changed my life that night. And so I have not missed a day in 5 years. And the Moringa oleifera, which is in here, has 36 natural anti-inflammatories. And that's what makes it a miracle. They call it a miracle tree. It's amazing. And I just can't go without it. So that's my testimony in a nutshell.
Thank you, Trishelle. And Gary, you had an experience with that as well, right?
Yes. So I started out using this. But what happened for me was I was having a lot of inflammation in my right shoulder. I had neck surgery about 4 years ago, and that resulted in giving me frozen shoulders. And through my Isagenix journey, I started working out, but my right shoulder was just burning a lot. And I heard Trishelle come on one of our calls and talk about her products, and I just heard inflammation and health. So I was like, why do we buy this company? I mean, we're a results-driven company. I know the Isagenix shakes and those products help me lose weight, but what does Zisha have to offer? I had a great conversation with Trishelle, and I started using the Smart Mix, and immediately I started sleeping better. The inflammation in my shoulder went down. The inflammation in my gut, went away. And my wife's drinking the Smart Mix now, and then I've moved on to the Exxon Plus because this has desert tea in it, and what that does, it's a slow release caffeine over the course of like 8 hours. So instead of crashing off the caffeine from a couple cups of coffee in the morning, it just gives you more energy throughout the day. And I swear by the Moringa Aloe. It's amazing. Everybody on this call needs to watch the YouTube video, the Miracle Tree, and it's third party by the Discovery Channel, and it is an amazing tree. It's the most nutritionally dense plant on the planet. I mean, it's just. We don't talk about this product line enough with Isagenix, and I've had several calls with Trishelle, and I'm all in on it. I think it needs to be part of everybody's daily routine. Absolutely.
And I think it might be now that we've heard, and I thank you so much, Gary, for sharing, and Trishelle and everyone else. We're hearing a lot lately, or seem to be talking a lot about inflammation and bloating too, right? Inflammation and gut health. And so it seems to me, since it seems to be such a prevalent issue that people are finally recognizing is at the root of a lot of their issues, that anything we can do to reduce inflammation is probably to the good.
So I'll post a video on this Dream Achievers webpage, and I would tell everyone, you have somebody that that is going through chemo or radiation, just repairs your body at the cellular level. You really need to introduce them just to help their body rebuild itself. I mean, it's a must-have.
Right. That right there is a great tip, because a lot of people, we know a lot of people going through chemo, going through that.
Yep.
And we don't know what products will help them. We don't know what products their doctor is going to say it's okay for them, but like, that's a good tip. That was very specific, Gary, and that lets me really zero in on who I would share it with, right?
Yep.
So great job, everybody. Thank you so much. We're going to wrap this up. So it's a video on the shorter side, and we're going to come back next week and do the same thing again with a whole bunch of different products. So hopefully everybody learned something tonight. I know I did. Thank you, Trishelle and Gary, especially.
Hey, wait, I think Trishelle, you wanted to say something else?
Oh, I do. The Super Mix is in the physician's desk reference. So if you go to the doctor and you have any questions, it is in the physician's desk reference, and they can look it up and see what's in there.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. So we're going to wrap up. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully everybody on the call heard something or a new product that maybe they'll try. I know that the Isagenix, my mom's on a super restricted diet right now. She can't hardly have anything. She's got some health issues she's dealing with. Isagenix coffee is the only coffee she can drink. Like, she can't go to Starbucks. She can't go to, it's clean. It's got coconut oil in it. It's very different from normal coffee. So if you struggle with, all of the pesticides and all the stuff that's in normal coffee, you might want to try the Isagenix coffee. It's really good. So that was my parting note. See you all next week.